All right, and you ready, baby?
I'm ready.
Finally, episode 2. All right, guys, this is your boy Tony the Closer. I'm here with my beautiful baby, Nichole and this is episode 2, the longest first date ever. I've never dated anybody that long. Like, first off, you heard episode 1. And I appreciate you all who watch episode 1. If you haven't watched episode 1, it was the introduction how Nichole slid in my DM.
Stop, Tony. Stop.
Are you going? Every time I start telling the story, they already
let it go.
You can look at the comments.
I won.
The comments already said it from the last episode.
No, they didn't. Let it go.
All right.
How we met.
The longest first date came from a beautiful DM slide. She told me God was trying to tell me something. And then, from there I took the lead, fellas. You know what we do. I'm like, yo, I'm about to fly out. Flew out to me. I went to Miami. Flew to Miami on some real player. You know what's going down. So this first date became something that really, really I didn't expect. So when you meet people and it be like just felt like you known them forever, supposed to be around them forever. That was kind of like our initial engagement. Did you have any eye moments? Like, we meet in Miami, we talked on the phone for a few weeks. I invite you to Miami. You kind of stalled me out just a little bit.
I did.
You was trying to play a little
I did.
I gotta be busy and I gotta.
No, I don't know. I didn't know if you were for real. I just thought you were just talking.
Well, at the time I was on some,
What?
I was just trying to, test the water, see what you was about.
But you were very consistent. That's how you got me to Miami.
Yeah, I was definitely you fine in the mug and you got
well,
yourself
that's
together.
how I probably felt. I think that helped. Because before that, we talked literally every day. Since the day that I don't think I've had a day where I haven't talked to you at all.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't.
Since the first day.
You're so fine. I'm I want to talk to you. But we had that was the one thing we had really easy conversation. It was we both in business. We got stuff going on, so we kind of understood being unavailable at times, but at the same time we had great conversation. And I just wanted to get to know you more. I wanted to meet you. I wanted to do
Tony.
What I just said I want to do some. I didn't get to finish. What was
it
you
was
thinking?
Your face. He started breathing all hard.
Maybe I'm a little guilty because I want you to go to Miami for a couple of reasons. Yeah. What? I wanted to get to know you a little bit better.
Oh my God.
I'm being honest.
That's why.
I wanted to get to know you.
Oh
I'm
my
looking
gosh.
at you on FaceTime and I was like,
we FaceTime literally every day.
See, that's one of the, I'm gonna get fellas. Hey, here's a major talking point for all my fellas. If you're dating somebody long distance, trying to get to know them, and here's for women, they don't like to be seen without being put together, right?
Oh my God.
This is fellas. Before I flew her out, number one rule: if you break this rule, it's your fault because I told you here first. You must FaceTime her. You forced the FaceTime. Hey, let me FaceTime you, baby. I know you look amazing in the morning. I just want to see you.
You didn't ask. You just.
I FaceTime. Yeah, I just
FaceTime.
And she was like, you just hit it. You got to hit the FaceTime. You got to hit the button. And she like, oh, is that an accident? Oh, no, it's not an accident. I want to see how you look this morning, beautiful. You got to hit it with that. Oh, and she going to hit you with, oh, I'm not ready. I'm like, oh, it's okay. I wanted to see you as you are. You got to just be real persistent about it's okay to be yourself. You don't have to have on all that shit, all that makeup and shit. Because for some reason, the women like all that stuff on. You fellas, y'all can tell them in the comments. We like you without it all on.
Why is that?
And we like the regular stuff. I mean, we like y'all ladies put that makeup and stuff on. You're still very, very attractive. With it on.
Still.
But we like just regular.
Okay.
I mean, but you do what makes you feel good, and I don't judge that. But I'm just you're beautiful without it. So I wanted to see you without it because you about to go to
You thought I was going to catfish you?
I was going to be damn sure that I wasn't getting the catfish.
You thought I was going to catfish you?
Instagram is with the edits
Tony.
and the pictures. And have you seen some of these girls with the makeup versus no makeup?
Okay.
I mean,
were you scared?
No,
no, we have FaceTime.
No, I FaceTime you. So
but when I got out of the car, were you scared? Were you happy?
I mean, I had already did my research at that point. I had already looked at you so many times. I had like seen you on FaceTime. I mean, I'm like, yeah, this woman is like, yeah, I'm about to, Man, this is gonna be exciting.
You're annoying. I mean, okay, so you tell me to come put my toes in the sand. That's your line. That's your line. Let me find out.
I use that once or twice.
Let me find out.
I want to put your toes in the sand, baby. I'm show you what a real man do for you.
Ooh, okay. That's your line?
I may have used that once or twice. Just once or twice.
Special.
You are special. That doesn't take away from the fact that
now don't you give me your dusty recycled lines.
Some lines have been used once or twice. I mean, like that's part. Like I'm not the first person to ever make up a line, so I mean, I might have, it might have been recycled some once or twice. I mean, like it's okay. It was like it worked, didn't
it? Done. Okay, continue.
I mean, you come to Miami, we go and stay at an expensive. Listen to me, expensive hotel. Now, this is like, I was going for the gusto because, like, fellas, like, one thing about them, when you know that, you can kind of look at them. When you look at her page, how she carry herself, what she look like, she ain't going for certain stuff. Like, you can't come and, tell me, let me put your toes in the sand, and then you want to go put her, at the spot that Scarface stayed in the movie. Like, you can't go to Miami and put her in the Scarface spot. You got to put her in the dope spot. You got to put her somewhere where she feel comfortable and she can take her Instagram selfies and she got the ocean view. You got to do it right.
Oh, that was all on purpose?
Yeah, like I'm intentional about it. Yeah, because I know, like, women, like, y'all like the selfie and you like to be able to see yourself in a very nice place and be comfortable. So, fellas, like, when you bringing them out of their element, make sure that you make them comfortable. You want her to be able to relax and feel at ease and to be in peace. So what I was doing was making sure, like, you didn't have anything that come in between, like, you and your happiness.
I didn't know that, baby. Yeah, oh.
That's very, very important. Like, I was like, okay, first and foremost.
I noticed you didn't get the cheap room.
Oh, no, I didn't. I don't play cheap.
I noticed that. That was a good one because I was nervous. It's been a very, very long time since someone had flew me out. You got
flued out that time, and it was like, for me, like, first and foremost, like, I want you to come in and be like, oh, this, I ain't playing, so I know I got to be prepared to be on my game because.
So did you really have plans? I always wanted to ask this. You said, I kept asking you what your plan was, and now that I'm with you, I know you are not the planner like that. You're so last minute. So you didn't have no plans, did you?
I had plans on seeing your ass.
That was another thing, alpha energy. You told me to chill. You had it.
Yeah. Hey, look, you was coming to Miami with me. From there, I'll take the lead. We're going to have it under control.
I love
that. And I did take the lead. We went out, and every day we was flipping and running. Like, and I think what was cool is, we found, like, restaurants or whether it was, like, walking on the beach or whatever it might have been, where we were able to create our own vibe and energy. And it was super, like, dope to really get to know you, I felt comfortable. You know how sometimes you can get around somebody and after, like, a little bit, oh, yeah, I got to get
No, we were real strangers. That's crazy. Why didn't you get me the separate room, though?
Oh, you weren't getting no separate room. I was trying to cuddle at night. I was trying to see what you was going to do. If you was going to spoon, you was going to try to get to the edge of the bed.
I'm trying to think, our first night. Where was our first date?
Where was our first date? Where was it? Do I remember where we went for the first date? I don't know. I paid for it.
Was it Prime 112? Was that the first date?
That's what I'm trying to remember. If it was
like
that
the second date? That was
like
the first one or the second one?
I think that was the first one. It was shit.
You didn't like it? And you were good. You know, you were so good. Our longest first date. You were so good, babe.
Why you make it seem like I would be bad, though?
You be bad sometimes, but you were good. Because
you
I know you. One thing about my baby I have learned over time, you have to feed him and you have to smoke. And those are the only times when you act crazy. All you have to do is feed him and let him smoke. If he has smoked and ate, he's not going to trip.
But what's the relevance of what you just
You
said,
did
though?
not like your food that night. I know you were irritated.
No,
and it was so slow.
No, it wasn't about not liking the food. Remember, we got to the restaurant and they didn't have.
Made us wait forever.
So they didn't have us as a reservation, and we had a reservation.
No, that was STK.
That was STK. So when was STK? Was that the first one?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So I was on the wrong day. I was at the wrong place right now. All right. My mind was at a different place. Okay. Yeah. So Prime 112.
Prime 112. It took a long time, though, to get a seat. We sat in the corner. You don't remember? You don't remember our first date?
I'm trying to think of Prime 112.
Oh, my God.
We ate at so many restaurants. Are you kidding me?
You don't remember our first date?
I'm trying to remember. Like, I literally we eat
Had
out
on the
every
colorful
night.
Dress. I had the curly
Oh,
fry
I do
hair.
remember that dress.
That was our first picture.
I
like,
do
for
remember
real.
that dress. Yeah,
No, that wasn't our first picture. We took someone else took the picture. We took like a selfie when I first met you on the rooftop.
That's sexy self.
So cute.
But back to
Wait, was that our first date? I'm trying to think.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
I think we might. Was that the night? No, we went to the rooftop another night and we just like ate
that's what
there.
I was saying. Like, we got, because we did the rooftop like little section, a little thing up there.
That was sexy.
So,
you know what? You plan good dates. I just learned this. You do good. You're good.
I know. It was real. Like, that was for you though. Like, I didn't even know. I don't be going. You know, McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that was for me.
No, that was like typically what I would do for somebody in the past.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm not special. I was getting the Tony special.
You was getting the special treatment. You was getting wined and dined and $3,000 rooms and shit. Yeah. I was coming with the heavy energy for you.
Okay. So what made it go on so long?
I think after night 2 or 3, you weren't leaving it after that.
You made that decision?
No, I think you made that decision. I think you definitely made that decision.
I wasn't leaving?
You told me you love me.
First of all.
You did.
And you did some things to make me say that I love you. It was the drinks. Ladies, do not do tequila. Tequila and Miami and a big fine man. It's a recipe for disaster.
She told me she loved me.
I did. I knew I could love you.
And after that, I mean, like, how could I let you leave?
Oh. And it was the walks on the beach. And you had the Sade playlist. How come you ain't pulled the Sade? You ain't pulled the Sade playlist out in a minute.
We ain't been around my house in like months. That was my top down in my Lamborghini.
You haven't pulled out the Sade playlist
because we've been in New York and everywhere.
So that's what you did. So all of that. Okay, we're in Miami. You taking me to rooftops. It's dates planned. It's walks on the beach in the morning. You had the cold shot. You had a crazy little playlist. I haven't tongue kissed nobody. I don't know. That's special. That's special. That was like night 1. Nothing popped off, but the tongue kiss. That's crazy. Come on, who wouldn't fall in love?
I mean, we was having some of the most incredible days. I mean,
belly laughs. You wake up early. I love that.
We were waking up early. We would go to the beach. We would get like just photos and videos with each other, walk and just enjoy the moment.
We both love social media.
Yeah, so it's like we can both do our thing, be on our phones and not feel away or irritated. Yeah, it was just like when it's like a person that's like in the same lane that understands like the business behind being on the phone, understands the grind about wanting to be able to like kind of make the impact and do these amazing things that you've always had. Like I think that was one of the greatest parts about meeting you was like the synergy we had for so many of the parallel stories we share, and like being able to be around somebody that I could like truly know had like a piece of like that grind of an entrepreneur, but like a pure heart that didn't look for like taking advantage. We just had natural chemistry. So every single day became like it was like a peaceful Groundhog Day, like a welcome. You remember the movie Groundhog Day, right? Some of y'all remember that. So we were just sitting around kicking it. Like we literally found a restaurant. We found something to do every single day.
Every single day. It was like a dream, like extended. And for me, that was crazy. I had never been away from my business for more than like a weekend. You're the one who taught me I could take a step away from my business.
I think that's important, like to be able to take that step away. As we are there, my mom ends up coming down, have my sisters coming down. Like this thing was getting deep. And like this first date, this first meeting, however we call it, the longest first date, had like a lot of ups and downs in it, right? So this part of it is where it gets a little cool. Like my mom comes into town. She's in for the weekend, and you get to meet my mom. You get to hang out. We had a great first day. Went to the Lickin'. Mm-hmm. Had a vibe at the Lickin'. Nichole is famous, y'all. So like everywhere we go, like the ladies come and they tell her how they love her book, The Fashion Fairy Tale. If you don't have a copy of The Fashion Fairy Tale, you can go find that everywhere. Stores near you, Barnes & Noble,
Target, Amazon, NicholeandNichole.com.
Go get that, The Fashion Fairy Tale. But I remember we meeting a young lady who just was inspired by watching your journey, wanted to create her own clothing boutique, I think, and we just were like enjoying the vibes every single day. You got to meet my mom. My mom is just like really impressed by Nichole, and that was what made me really feel super peaceful. It was like even you being able to like meet my mom and to be able to connect, because my family is super protective of me. So like for you to be able to get them to be like, oh yeah, I like her, was cool. The next day, then my sister comes down. She comes with her boyfriend. We could go to a nice spot, have an amazing date. We went to a Jamaican spot. We go to the Jamaican spot. The drinks are in. Food's good.
Too many drinks.
We're having a great day. And this is when the first date really gets interesting. So, and this is, I think, what really kind of put the icing on you locking me down, like straight up. So, all right, everybody, we get to the end of this date, and we take the ride back to the hotel. So my mom and my family are all in town. We had I guess, I don't know, we were driving in my Lambo, so we had my coupe. So it was just Nichole and myself in my car. My mom drove ahead to meet us at the hotel, and as we arrive at the hotel, this is when it gets interesting. I know some of you that follow me on social media, you may have seen the altercation where we pull into the hotel lobby, the hotel valet area, and I am harassed by Miami Police Department. And it's all chaos. I mean, this is like literally, I have an assault rifle in the hood of the trunk of my car. It just becomes a fucking shit show.
And I'm in the passenger seat.
And
nobody even knows that because no one ever saw me. But I was right front row for it all. I remember like kissing you at the light and just thinking like this is just the most amazing day. And you just felt that energy when we pulled in that parking lot. Like I looked at that officer and I saw the way he looked at you. And before I could even turn and say anything to you, he was all over you.
And for people who didn't see it, I'll throw a clip in where you guys can take a look at it. Basically, I pull into the valet area. There's another Lamborghini in front of me, and I revved the engine in my car, just vroom, vroom, couple quick rooms of the car, revs of the engine of the car, and I cut the car off. As I cut the car off, I get approached by a police officer who I thought was joking at first, was like, "Don't ever rev your engine like that again." Like,
no, what he first said, "You want some attention? I'm gonna give it to you."
yeah, that part too. So he came like, "You want some attention? I'm gonna give you some attention." And then he's like, "Don't ever rev your engine like that again." So I'm assuming that this guy was joking. I'm like, okay, yeah. And like, I kind of noticed that he was like a little bit more serious in the face than I was expecting. So, kind of hit him with a "yes, sir," and walked past him with a smirk. I guess he didn't like the fact that I just kind of like didn't really acknowledge him like he wanted me to acknowledge him. So I just walked to the front of the car. I'm going to open up my hood. We had just finished shopping, so I had some bags. We were going to take some photos with our photographer, and I'm not even thinking about my damn assault rifle being in the damn.
I wish you never opened that trunk. I'm not even opened it or your hood.
I'm not even thinking about when I open my hood in my vehicle that he'll be able to see my assault rifle, because I'm just simply going in to reach for my clothes. And as I go to reach for the bag, he notices the assault rifle, reaches inside my trunk of my car, pulls the assault rifle out, and like now it's like, oh shit, I get on the ground, like it's a whole scene. And at that point things got very, very it escalated quickly. I complied, obviously. I didn't want anything to get out of hand. But for you that haven't seen it, we'll make it where you can see a link to the actual video itself. Pretty traumatizing. We see so much of that in our community where things go left. Thank God it didn't go any further than what it needed to. I mean, I obviously was arrested, which was unfortunate. But all the charges have been dismissed. We're now moving forward with suing both the hotel involved and the police department. So this is part of the process. Like, unfortunate that it happened, but I will say this: Nichole and my sister Keisha are the MVPs of that day. First and foremost, I got to shout out my sister Keisha because she was super on point. She know what's up. You know what's up. Certain things we can leave off the record. But there's just times where, people have an opportunity that they can do about self-preservation, or really just be like, hey, this type of stuff I'm not going to be a part of what I'm doing in my, my brand. And you have so much going on with, so many amazing opportunities and so many things that, having that even attached to you could have been like a negative, and you could have just been like, I'm out of here. But you stood beside me, and I really appreciated it. But not only did you stand beside me, you came and you bonded me out.
We were having so much fun. It was like the best day. That was turned into a nightmare so quickly. I know that was extremely traumatizing for you. I can only imagine, because I know it broke my heart. The last thing I saw when I got out of the car was you face down and your sister telling me to go upstairs, and not knowing what was going to happen. We're just coming off that summer with like George Floyd, and it's just like, it was just I was so scared, like going upstairs knowing that you had a gun to your back when I just stepped away from you, and we just were kissing at the light 2 seconds ago. You had done nothing wrong. And that's when I met your other sister, because I slid in those DMs so quick.
I think people really, don't understand like how, like situations sometimes can escalate
very quickly.
So quickly, and like decision
making. And you're
making.
Aggressive. And I was like so happy that you handled that so well. Because he was like little bitty dog, big dog. He was chest bumping you, and you just held it together. And I know if that was anywhere else, he would have flew across the room.
But I think that's called situational awareness, right? And I always talk about this as being able for people to be able to have situational awareness, and really thinking about the most important pieces. Like sometimes you can't be right. You got to be able to make it home. And those split second decisions is sometimes you only get it one time. You don't get a second opportunity to make it. And as I have made decisions in my life, I start thinking more about the impact of what my decisions look like for my long-term health. Yes, I could have reacted,
That was humiliating.
When this happened, but I'm thinking about the situation. I have family here. I have you there, and I just I know I'm not operating illegally, so I was like, there's no need for me to really let it go beyond what I could control on my part. And being in that situation is something that's is terrifying because you obviously faced with split second decisions that will impact you forever. And I just wanted to make sure that obviously I complied so that I didn't put my life or anybody's life at risk in that immediate situation. And then we just kind of like be able to deal with it later. But the thing that really stood out to me, and it was both you and Keisha, but more you so because Keisha's my blood. She's supposed to be there. The process of being booked through jail and bonding out is like so long and ridiculous. It's
oh my
crazy.
gosh, I was so on it though.
But the way you two showed up for me and the way you showed up, like really put a stamp on like what I thought of you, like for like your intention with me. Because that's an opportunity where you could have really been like, pfft, like
most girls do not. We were having a fabulous day, and I said this, as I said before, I hadn't touched a car door or my wallet since I got there. So in most situations, most women would think like, I'm not about to deal with this. We're very new. And I know your sister was not feeling me at first. I just was probably she probably thought I was just some girl after whatever. So you have very strong, intelligent, beautiful women in your family. And I love Keisha to death. But she was not feeling me. And she was like, girl, sit down. You're not coming. And I was literally in that hotel room with your mom and your sister refreshing my screen every 5 minutes. It's a Friday. And it's getting later, and I know if we didn't get you out, you were going to be stuck in there for the weekend. And they were not about to take my baby away because we were having too much fun.
Man, it's so crazy. Like, y'all did something like that was like really on point, and you came until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't remember what time it was. You made sure you bonded me out. You guys, you put up the money.
Yeah.
Bonded me out. I don't know, like, I think you and Keisha talked about how long that process was.
There's an ATM with a $5,000 bond.
That was a $5,000
and it's $200 at a time. That was the dumbest thing I have ever seen and nerve-wracking thing I've ever seen. Your card got flagged immediately. Luckily, I'm on Profit First. So I have about 20 bank accounts that are all, we're full at that time. So I was sitting there with my 50. I know your sister probably was looking like, why does this girl have all these debit cards?
She was swiping them cards.
We were swiping and counting. I was swiping, she was counting, and we got it together and we sat there with the roaches and waited for you.
That made me feel real good because you got to be dedicated to just meet somebody, be within the first, couple weeks of meeting. And, you're now sitting at a jail in Miami, Florida, trying
outside
to buy
for
me
hours.
Out. And I just, obviously, like, first off, like, just thankful for somebody that has a heart pure enough to, like, come and be like, hey, I've been enjoying you and your company, and I'm not just going to leave you hanging now that, something's going wrong. But just as a man, like seeing how you reacted, it made me feel different about you. It made me look at you like even more seriously because of like that like instinct of like I'm gonna be a protect them and hold them down instead of like a lot of women like could have handled or would have handled that situation completely different. Even being in the position to be able to do it is something that means something, right? Because like for me, like I'm successful, but like being, imagine not having somebody that even has access to the capital to be able to be like, yo, I'm gonna go get 20 cards or whatever I gotta have to be able to make sure I can bond them out before they lock his ass in here for the weekend. All that just it means the world, and it was like important to me just to see how you reacted and something like that, and it makes me feel secure and how I deal with you. So obviously I bond out, get back, and we're right back at it, y'all.
You have the best energy, baby.
We go right back at it. There's no like feel bad for me moments.
Those pictures that everybody loves of us at brunch, that is the same day.
The day out.
The day that you came home.
Like the day out. Like there's no like listen, as traumatic as the experience was, getting back around you and my family and like being able to see your smile, it brought me right back to a happy place. And even though like the moment was compromised with the negative of the Miami Beach police, our energy just instantly transformed it right back.
So happy. You grabbed my hand at like 3-something in the morning, and I just couldn't believe you were back. Then to see you get up and just go to brunch like nothing happened.
Y'all, listen, the way, like, I've had so many bad things happen in my life that were traumatizing that I'm thankful for the opportunity to be able to still, go and smile and go and have a brunch and obviously like those things will take care of themselves. The legal will take care of the legal. I got an opportunity to still be here. I didn't get killed. I'm thankful. I didn't have one of those experiences where it was worse. I'm thankful that you guys were there. I'm thankful for Keisha, my mom, and Kenny being there, because everybody that was a part of that, helped me make it back home, make it home safely, and did it with like speed. So the one thing everybody wants is to know like everybody got your back, like that's around you. So you guys just made me feel whole with that, and then we just start right back at it, going, enjoying the moment, that epic, moment where everybody always talks about that photo.
Mm-hmm.
We're sitting at Victory Lounge, which, one of our spots that we like to hang out at in Miami. And we go right back to it. And I think after that jail incident is when all your friends start reaching out to you. Nikki and all them like, hey, coming back, girl? You good?
Everybody was looking for me. This is like going into week 2, or we're in week 2.
It was like week 2, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm never coming back. You were like a dream. It's still a dream every day with you, but that was the best date I have ever been on, and I have never spent that much time with anyone. That's real. 24/7 for 3 weeks. I haven't done that in my adult life with anybody.
What was your favorite part of the 3 weeks?
The walks on the beach in the morning, because you're an early bird.
Tell the truth, it was night 3, wasn't it?
Life changing. Life changing. No, but the walks on the beach, night and day. And then I told you I love waking up next to you. I get so happy every morning when I wake up next to you. But I really love when you put me to bed.
Hey, so baby, let me ask you a question. So we had a 3-week date. Is there one particular date or one particular like moment in that first 3 weeks that like for you was like, oh yeah, this is like special, the moment, the person? Like, what was it for you? Me, it was a traumatic jail experience. Like you being there, like some of the stuff we gonna leave our record, but like my baby's a real rider. Like we just know, like
I got you, baby.
She's official.
I would say there were like several for sure that you had a plan. I love a man with a plan. And I told you I loved you. I told you I believe in love at first sight. I knew I could love you from the moment that we met, but I decided to love you when you told me your story about your dad and you were vulnerable, and I told you said you didn't understand why certain things happen, and everybody has now heard my story where I asked that same question, full circle moment. And I said maybe it happened so you would be the type of father you are to your boys, which is amazing and what I love. And you said, what about me? Who's going to love me? And in that moment, I prayed on the beach and I said, I will, in my mind. I didn't even say anything out loud. So that was my moment.
You're a little sweetie, man. Like, you're so sweet. Kiss. This woman here, man, she's trying to make me emotional on the damn camera. Stop telling all my damn business.
Well, that was real.
that was a real moment, and honestly, I think as like even speaking on that, like with like the vulnerable moments about my father, which is, you know, a lot of you will get to see in some of the stuff that I'll be doing in the coming weeks on my own personal platform about just what I kind of experienced, and then like the struggle that I had with my dad. So you really have had like some major things that you've helped me grow with recently in the past few months. Our relationship in a short amount of time has been super impactful, definitely for me and my family. So I'm excited for you guys to be able to come along as we like our love journey has had so many impactful moments. I think that will be really, you know, touching for people. This woman is special. Like, she is extremely special. She's connected some of the pieces that were really, you know, pray for some of the pieces that needed to be connected in my life. And some of that stuff happened, and I'm like super grateful for it. So, wow, you guys are gonna get me emotional here. Nichole has been an amazing girlfriend, an amazing partner to be with. Ladies, be like Nichole. Be thoughtful.
Be better than me.
Be thoughtful. Be that person that wants to see your partner feel whole. We don't fight. We don't try to tear each other down. Like, there's no like ripping each other apart. This is about building. This is about loving. Our first long ass date, 3 weeks. 3 weeks long. Ever. The best date ever. Was filled with ups, downs, a lot of love, a lot of love, a lot of learning of each other. Mm-hmm. And I think like the best thing for what I took away from it is that I could spend, you know, hours, days, weeks with you and not feel irritated or feel like you were.
I was just gonna say that it was easy.
Like, yeah, it was.
That was that's still the scariest part. Like, it's so easy to be with you. It's like scary still.
Where's the scary music at? One of these things in here is like one of these, isn't it? Yeah.
It doesn't scare you? No?
Babe, you said...
Oh, you had your whole meltdown. That's a whole nother episode, your meltdown.
You said that you wanted to give me the set my house on fire music.
No, I just wanted you to have an amplified version of love. You sent the flames, okay?
She's crazy, people. Don't let me figure out how to work the buttons on here. I'm going to be crazy on the show. But 3 weeks of love, 3 weeks of learning each other, and more importantly, setting the foundation for how we'll continue to grow and take this to the next level. If you guys have been tuned into these, first and foremost, I need to make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't already done so, share this with a friend, and be sure that you give this a 5-star rating. So if you're listening to this on Amazon or Google, wherever you're listening at, whatever podcast platform you're listening on, be sure to make sure you give us a 5-star rating. Be sure that you save these episodes, and we will continue to be making and bring you new content episodes. We will be bringing in things about our personal relationship as well as even at points bringing on some couples and some ideas and even bringing the audience on, because it's important to be able to help you guys find what you're looking for and feel whole, because our relationship is something I think has inspired thousands of people for sure. I mean,
it's beautiful.
We see people everywhere that just really are in
They
awe.
love the love.
Yeah. And I love the love. I love you.
I love you.
I love you more. That's not the cheese. Like, don't play with her. I don't play by her. I don't play about her at all. I'm going to turn into the other clothes. Listen, when we come up with a name, we're going to name it the name, and then y'all going to help us with the name. But thank you for enjoying and sharing love with us on our journey. The closer love story with Tony and Nichole. The late night. We're going to get one of these. It's going to sound good. What you think? No? You're not ready for that yet?
It's still not it. That little whisper. No.
Late night with the closer.
No, baby. Yeah. Good night.
We're out of here. It's been real. Peace.